Every Watsu begins floating someone at our heart. Once we determine they are comfortable, we drop into the emptiness at the bottom of the breath and do nothing. When the weight on our arm begins to lighten up as they breathe in, our breath is drawn up. And then, still doing nothing, we drop right back into the emptiness at the bottom of the breath. Again and again, each time dropping deeper. So deep, we are not even doing the doing of waiting. And then we are truly drawn all the way up out of the emptiness. This way of being connected through the breath is worlds apart from looking for or listening for someone's breath. There is no separation. Our connection in that emptiness establishes the rhythm of all our subsequent moves and stretches. Being moved to that rhythm, we don't stop to see if they're still breathing to it. They usually are, but even if they forget to breathe, their body continues to surrender to the rhythm that are both doing nothing established in the emptiness. Every breath draws a move. Every move carries the breath with it. The breath on its way in as we push with a foot to turn, the breath on its way out as we settle down, preparing to push back. What we called the water breath dance, when it was free of any impulse, has brought us together into this body breath dance, in which both body and breath lead and follow. No matter how distant the shores the one in our arms may have drifted out to, the breath draws them back. These are the opening moves of basic Watsu, which is the first step on all the Watsu paths. On the professional path, these breath-timed moves lead into even more powerful stretches and combinations that can be adapted to all the kinds of conditions that Watsu has found success in treating. Basic Watsu can be followed by the rest of Watsu 1, which introduces transitions into and out of the major positions. Watsu 2, which expands the moves and stretches in those positions. And Watsu 3, which introduces free flow, which, leaving behind sequence, builds on what those sequences taught our bodies about being with someone in whatever position they arrive. Other classes focus on adapting Watsu in clinics and tandem Watsu. Everything begins with basic Watsu and its water breath dance. Another kind of movement appears on all of Watsu's paths. The shaking you watch now frees us from those breath-timed moves that originated in the emptiness at the base of our core. The stillness that follows floats someone at our heart, the other center of our core, the center of our connection to others. Floats them on our arms, arms that reach out from our heart to hold others. And in that stillness, a beginning of a movement appears in one arm or the other, a movement that is not timed to the breath, but is drawn out from the heart, a continuum that has no beginning and no end, a continuum that draws more and more of our body into it, a continuum that evolves as one hand explores holding from one side and then explores reaching over and engaging even more of our body in support and containment. The continuum is focused on in our Watsu Explorer Path classes, where students of all levels explore the creative potential in Watsu and how the continuum can flow into new moves. In our basic Watsu, a third stage follows our engagement in the breath-timed moves and the continuum. It is a stillness in which we hold someone out so far that neither our breath, nor our heart, nor our body are engaged in whatever is now allowed to be drawn up their own core. We never know what is inside another, but having been in others' arms, and from what those who have been in our arms have told us, we know many levels are reached in the short space of a basic Watsu. Its unconditional holding creates a safe containment, and the containment further frees whatever the breath-timed moves brought up. Basic Watsu is itself a path on which both the giver and receiver benefit and come to know more of their own wholeness, no matter how many times it is shared. The path does not stop at the pool's edge, but continues into the Tansa Yoga path on which those in a community can share the benefits of unconditional holding